I'm Megan Mappy. This is A Minute with Megan, and today I'm here with Jenny Gaul, who is the Executive Director of JOMP, which is the Joy of Music program. How are you today, Jenny?
It's great. It's great to see you again.
Yes, likewise. So, fun fact, I did a little bit of marketing and admin stuff for the Joy of Music program a couple years ago, and then Jenny and I had met Jerry from Up Worcester, and now things have come full circle and we're all back in the same room together, which is pretty cool.
Very cool.
Jenny, how long have you been with the Joy of Music program?
It's almost exactly 3 years now.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, because it was July. What's today? July 2nd. Yeah, it was around July 15th in 2022 that I came back and started here.
That's amazing. And how did you get involved in the nonprofit sector?
Oh God. Well, I did my master's in piano, and my husband was a jazz musician. And when I finished my master's, I decided that I didn't think I wanted to be, I knew I didn't want to be a performer and teaching, and I wanted health insurance. So I went into arts administration, and I just kind of rolled through a series of different organizations. I started with an internship with Philadelphia Orchestra, and then I went to my first job, which was with Pennsylvania Ballet, and then ended up with a place called Force America, and this was all in Philly, and then moved to New York City, and I worked in a couple different roles there, but I was the head of community music school called Trophy Music School. And I was there until 2010. My husband died in 2009. And then I ended up going to another role in Wellesley, Massachusetts. And then from there, I went to China. And ended up in China for 5 years, and then came back and took this position at Joy of Music. So yeah,
so you are well-rounded, and obviously art and music is very near and dear to your heart.
Yeah. I mean, being a musician, but also, working in dance, theater, writing. I love all of those things. But I think that I feel like my best skill set is with community music. It's just something that I love. So
what does community music mean? Are you doing events in the communities? Are you working with certain populations of the community?
Well, community music, it means that it is open to everybody, regardless of any kind of background qualifiers, as well as it's good for beginners, as well as, students who have been playing for a while. And the reason we kind of quantify it as community music is that there's conservatories, there's places that you need to audition to get in. But we believe in music as, a vehicle towards a lot of different things. Obviously, there's a study of music, but also there's a social component. We really like the idea that we are a safe, open, welcoming space, and that everybody can come in no matter what your background is and meet on the same playing field, which is that of music in this case.
So you would say probably that you don't have a specific niche or ideal student. Everyone is welcome to come and play.
Absolutely welcome, and it's all ages. We have our little tiniest is 5 months all the way up through retired adults, people in their 70s and 80s, and the idea is that everybody has a connection with music in different ways. Some people want to pursue it more seriously. Some people just love the personal aspect of working on something, and others really love the social component of making music either with a faculty member or making music with other musicians. So
that's so cool.
All ages.
What is the average lifespan or timeline of a student in your program?
It's actually, we've had a lot. So, I've only been here 3 years, but the organization has been around since 1986. We have people that started here as children. So actually the associate director, Caroline, started here when she was age 5.
And now she's still with you.
And now she's the associate director, and her children are also, part of our musical community as well as part of others.
That's
so
really neat.
we have a lot of people who graduated, and then we've got board members who used to be at Joy of Music and now they're on our board, alumni who come back and still connect. So it's pretty. People tend to stay for quite a long time, which is
awesome. You want.
Yeah, exactly.
So we are filming this in July. Do you have like a summer camp program that you offer, or is it still individual classes as normal?
Yeah, we don't do camps, but we do music lessons. So we're more flexible in the summer just because everybody's schedule is all over the place. we run our JOMP Start program, which is our program for infants through age 7. So we have a series of different classes going on. We have ensembles going on. So we've got chamber music, we've got jazz. I'm pointing because it's going on right now. Art of listening. So pretty much through mid-August, we've got a series of different things happening, and then we take a break for a couple weeks because then we need to register for the year. Yeah, which we tend to start a week after Labor Day to give everybody a chance to have their schedules shake out a little bit.
So we're in a room, there's pianos. I know from being here before that there's drums and guitars. What is the most non-traditional or unique instrument that you've had someone learn to play here?
Oh, I don't know. We have such a wide variety. It's really interesting. We have a huge cello program.
Okay.
Just because we happen to have, we have all these ensembles, but not that that's a weird or unique instrument, but I think in my time with different music schools, usually strings, violin would be something, but we have some really wonderful faculty. Upright bass, which is great, harp.
Harp's unique.
Yeah, harp.
You don't usually learn that in school.
No, that's true. We don't have it in school. We have, we pretty much cover pretty widely. We cover the woodwinds, cover brass, trombone. We've got some, the founder is a trombone. One of the founders is a trombonist and a trombone teacher. Drums. We do orchestral drums as well as jazz drums, rock drums.
Something for everyone.
Yeah, it's pretty broad, which is nice.
Have you ever had any students graduate and go on to become professional musicians?
Yeah, we've had quite a few actually. Right now, there's somebody who's the principal bass player in the New York Philharmonic.
Wow.
And then actually, it's so interesting because you'll sort of have these full circle moments. I don't know who it is. I'm trying to remember, but I think one of the halftime shows 2 years ago, there was like a JOMP alum. They pop up in a lot of different places. It's really cool. And then it's also, a lot of people who music is near and dear to them, but they've gone on to other careers, so physicians and lawyers and, all of these different things, but still are playing, still are working with community orchestras as well as, the ones that have gone on to professional careers. So that's great. Yeah.
What is the most rewarding part of being such a huge role in an organization like JOMP?
I think that I feel like I'm a facilitator, that I'm somebody that I hope that what I'm creating or helping to create is I'm just facilitating people to be able to come in and really follow their passion, be able to meet other people, be able to pursue things that make themselves feel more complete, or so easy to get stressed and to have all these things going on. And I think that it's a really amazing thing to have people come in and be able to do something that they're doing purely for the joy of it. The joy of music. And I love the fact too that it isn't just for kids. Like obviously that's a big part. We love our young students. I love the young families. It's an amazing thing to see people at the beginning of that path. But I love the fact that we have over 100 adult students, and those are, all ages, all backgrounds, and just people that are really pursuing it because they just love challenging themselves in that way. And I think that's a really great piece of my job to be able to do that. And then obviously, we are in some really turbulent times right now. And one of the other pieces that I'm really grateful of is to be able to continue to make us the welcoming space that we will always be. We welcome everybody from all backgrounds. We work with refugees, we work with vulnerable populations, we work with Head Start. And I think it's incredibly important for community organizations to continue that role, especially now when we're in a position where people are feeling that these programs are going away. So we will continue to be there. So that's something I feel passionate about.
Do you have, as a nonprofit, funding for people who may not be otherwise able to afford to
Yeah.
come for music?
Yeah, that's the core of the mission behind Joy of Music, is that we are inclusive, accessible, that, we try to reduce any kind of barriers. So about a third of our student population receives some form of tuition assistance. And a lot of the fundraising. So we're about a $1.3 million organization, and about 600,000 comes through fundraising. That's through grants, that's through donations, all of those things. And then for people who can afford to pay full tuition, that money is going into helping people who can't afford full tuition to support that. So everybody has a piece of it. And even if it's a student who can't afford the tuition, but they come in and they're such an important part, and you just see
Everybody
everybody's
has a
on
piece of the
that.
puzzle.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
So the marketer in me wants to ask you, can you tell us about your logo? Why the sunflower?
Oh, yeah, it's were you here during that?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you were. So when I first got here, there was a different logo, and one of the things that I really wanted to explore was the idea of growth and beauty and creativity, and also the fact that the founder, Wendy Webster Artisan, she's I don't know if I want to call her a passionate gardener, but she brings a lot of beauty. And one of the things that I love about Joy of Music is we have these beautiful gardens. And when I first got here in July, there were sunflowers sprouting up, and I just remember through August these huge sunflowers. So and I think that I really do think that's an important part of a community organization, and part of a welcoming space is to come in and just feel like, wow. And so that was the logo really came from working with a graphic designer, and we had gone through all these sort of different iterations of things, but that was the thing that really resonated with everybody, was this idea of growth and sun and joy and sunflowers and all of that. So even though it isn't very specific to music, I think it's very specific.
There's happiness.
Yeah, it's happy. Very, very much about all of those good feelings.
So I know that the Joy of Music program is available to all these people. How can someone reach out and say, hey, I want my child to either enroll as a paid student, or I would like my child to be enrolled but needs some help? What's the best way to contact Joy of Music program? I
mean, actually a lot of different ways. So the website's the easiest thing to go on and take a look at it. The process is that you could put in a registration form, and that doesn't obligate you to anything. All it does is it puts people on our radar, and we know them to carry the conversation. Anybody who sends us an inquiry will get a phone call, and we can talk to you, because it's hard especially if music's not your background. And we see this with a lot of parents where they don't know where to start. And so that's one way. The other thing is we do have people that just walk in off the street. We welcome them. We're here, 6 days a week. We're open at 9 a.m. in the morning. We're usually open till about 8:30 at night. So people will come in that way through our social media presence, phone call.
On social media as Joy of Music program.
Yeah, thank you.
What is your website?
What's that?
What's your website?
www.jompmusicprogram.org. Awesome.
10 Gorham?
One Gorham.
One Gorham. I had
Gorham Street.
one of the digits right.
Yep, very close to the Burncoat neighborhood.
So would you mind playing us maybe a little snippet of your favorite song on the piano?
Yeah, I can do that.